tanks take position. Security Council huddles.
Добрый день. Сегодня в повестке дня оперативное совещание с постоянным членом Совета Безопасности. Очень важный вопрос, касающийся отдельных аспектов борьбы с терроризмом.
Jets deployed. Deadly missile blitz on Kyiv. This is how the Kremlin has responded to Ukraine's surprise incursion of the Russian territory of Kursk with over 1,000 troops and more than 24 armored vehicles and tanks, according to the Russian army. Ukraine's largest cross-border raid in the nearly 2.5 years of war has bewildered Moscow and successfully tested its border defences, which observers are now calling weak. After maintaining silence on the cross-border attack on Russia, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky acknowledged for the first time on August 10th that Ukrainian forces were fighting in the Kursk region.
І сьогодні кілька разів вже доповідав головком Сирський щодо фронту та наших дій і витисканню війни на територію агресора. Дякую кожному нашому підрозділу Сил оборони, які це забезпечують. Україна доводить, що дійсно вміє повертати справедливість та гарантує саме такий тиск, який потрібен – тиск на агресора.
Apart from offering a much-needed boost to public and troop morale, the incursion could deal a big blow to Russian natural gas supplies to Europe, one of Moscow's biggest sources of income. On August 6th, Ukrainian forces fought through the border and approached Sudja, a sleepy town of 5,000 people, hosting the only pumping station that delivers Russian natural gas to Europe via Ukraine. Despite the war, Kyiv still rents its Soviet-era gas pipeline to Russia's gas monopoly, Gazprom, for $2 billion a year under a transit deal which expires in January next year. Alexei Kush, a Kyiv-based analyst, told Al Jazeera, because of the attack, there is a risk of a pause of Russia's natural gas supplies to the European Union via our transit system. The Kursk nuclear power station, one of the world's oldest, is located in the town of Kurchatov, about 70 kilometers east of Sudza. Ukrainian drones have reportedly been spotted in Kurchatov, and some analysts said Kyiv wants to destabilize the Russian energy system the way Moscow has targeted Ukrainian power stations and its energy grid. By August 7th, Ukrainians surrounded Sudza, seized 3 villages and were spotted near 10 more, as per Russian officials and media. The same day, Kursk acting governor Alexei Smirnov wrote on Telegram, "Our region has been heroically countering the attacks of Ukrainian Nazis." Russian President Vladimir Putin called the raid a full-scale provocation by the Kyiv regime and accused Ukrainian servicemen of indiscriminately firing at residential areas and civilians.
Начать придется с событий в Курской области. Как известно, киевский режим предпринял очередную масштабную провокацию, ведет неизбирательную стрельбу из разных видов оружия, в том числе ракетного, по гражданским зданиям, жилым домам, машинам скорой помощи. Сразу же после нашего совещания у меня будет встреча с руководителями силовых ведомств, Министерства обороны, Генеральным штабом, ФСБ, имея в виду пограничное направление деятельности Федеральной службы безопасности. И заслушаю очередной доклад коллег по тому, что происходит в Курской области.
The total losses of the Ukrainian armed forces in the Kursk area have amounted to roughly 1,120 troops and 140 units of armoured warfare, including 22 tanks, 20 armoured personnel carriers, 8 infantry fighting vehicles, 88 armoured combat vehicles, as well as 13 motor vehicles, 2 Buk M1 self-propelled missile systems, ABN-21 Grad multiple launch rocket system and 6 field guns, as per the Russian Defense Ministry statement released on August 11th. On the Russian side, at least 3 civilians have been killed, and 24 have been wounded, including 6 children, according to Kursk acting Governor Smirnov and Russian health officials. Ukrainian forces killed a group of Russian servicemen holed up in a walled Orthodox monastery, shot down a K-52 helicopter and destroyed 2 tanks, as per Deep State, a Ukrainian telegram channel known for verified reports. At least 3 Russian servicemen have also reportedly been taken to Ukraine. Ukrainian sources told Al Jazeera that the attack was a pre-emptive strike ahead of a planned Russian invasion of the northern Ukrainian region of Sumy, which borders Kursk. The move is this year's most unexpected military development, but its importance is far from strategic, according to analysts. Lieutenant General Ihor Romanenko, former deputy head of the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, told Al Jazeera results will show whether this is good news or bad news. On a tactical level, Russian reserves are being distracted already. According to another observer, despite heavy losses, the attack may pave the way for a larger strike in the forested, swampy region. However, to some Ukrainian servicemen, including Taras, cited in an Al Jazeera report, the attack is nothing but a distraction designed to cheer up the public. Taras told Al Jazeera, "Things in the east are pretty bad, and this raid will for a while blind everyone at home." Amid the Kursk incursion, Russian troops slowly advanced in the eastern region of Donetsk, where Russian forces have pressed offensives in several sectors and made slow but steady gains, relying on their edge in firepower. By launching the incursion, Kyiv could be aiming to force the Kremlin to divert Russian resources from Donetsk. While the surprise raid shows Ukraine's ability to turn the tables on Moscow, the foray into Russia could cause attrition in some of Kyiv's most capable units and leave troops in Donetsk without vital reinforcements, despite initial successes.